Next is question number 12. If A, B, C, X are real numbers such that A, B, C is not equal to 0 and Bx plus 1 minus x into C upon A is equal to Cx plus 1 minus x into A upon B is equal to Ax plus 1 minus x into B upon C. Then prove that A plus B plus C is equal to 0 or A is equal to B is equal to C. Solution of the question can be given as: to solve the given question, let us suppose that all the three ratios be equal to K. So we have Bx plus 1 minus x whole into C whole upon A is equal to Cx plus 1 minus x into A whole upon B is equal to Ax plus 1 minus x into B whole upon C is equal to K. By equating each of the relation to K, we have Bx plus C minus Cx is equal to AK and Cx plus A minus Ax is equal to Bk and Ax plus B minus Bx is equal to Ck. By adding all the three equations, we have A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C whole into K. From here we get either A plus B plus C is equal to 0 or K is equal to 1. But if K is equal to 1, then by substituting the value of K, we have ABx plus CA minus CAX is equal to A square, BCx plus AB minus ABx is equal to B square, and finally ACx plus BC minus BCx is equal to C square. Again, adding all the three equations, we have AB plus BC plus CA is equal to A square plus B square plus C square. From here we can have A minus B whole square plus B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole square is equal to 0. As we know that square terms cannot be less than 0, so they are greater than or equal to 0. From here we get A minus B is equal to 0, B minus C is equal to 0 and C minus A equal to 0. Or we can say that A is equal to B is equal to C. So either A plus B plus C is equal to 0 or A is equal to B is equal to C. Hence proved. Next is question number 13. Question number 13 is given as: if b raised to power m plus b raised to power m plus b raised to power m n times is equal to b raised to power m plus 1 and a raised to power n plus a raised to power n plus a raised to power n for m times is equal to a raised to power n plus 1, then prove that mn minus ab minus 1 is equal to 1. For solve the above question, we have b raised to power m b raised to power m n times gives n into b raised to power m is equal to b raised to power m plus 1, or n into b raised to power m is equal to b into b raised to power m. From here we have n is equal to b, and similarly from the other equation we have a is equal to m. Now the statement that we have to prove is mn minus ab plus 1 is equal to 1 or mn is equal to ab. As we can see from the above relation that m is equal to a and n is equal to b, so we can say that mn is equal to ab. That is proved. Let us move to the next question, that is question number 14, and it is given to us that if a, b, x, y are natural numbers such that a square plus b square is equal to 25 and x square plus y square is equal to 13, then show that ax plus by plus bx plus ay has exactly one value. Let us have a solution of the given equation. As we have given that a, b, x and y all are natural numbers, so a is the natural numbers a and b satisfying a square plus b square is equal to 25 are unique. That means a and b can be only a is equal to as a is equal to 3 comma b is equal to 4, or a is equal to 4 comma b is equal to 3. That are the only values satisfying relation a square plus b square is equal to 25, and a and b are natural numbers. Okay, and other equation that is given to us as x square plus y square is equal to 13. Again, x and y are natural numbers, so this could be only possible if x is equal to 2 comma y is equal to 3, or x is equal to 3 comma y is equal to 2. No other values of natural numbers x and y can satisfy the given equation. Okay, now by substituting the value of a, b, x and y in the given expression, we have ax plus by plus bx plus ay is equal to, let us suppose a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 4, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Then we have, or a plus b into x plus y, that is 7 into 5, that is 35. The only value of possible expression is 35. No other value will satisfy the given condition. No other value will satisfy the given condition. Let us move to our next question, that is question number 15, that is given to us as 2x square plus 3y square is equal to 35. Then find the number of ordered pairs. Find the number of ordered pairs x comma y where x y are pair of integers satisfying the given condition. To solve the above question, 2x square plus 3y square is equal to 35. xy belongs to integer. Clearly we can see that y cannot be an even integer, cannot be an even integer, and mod of y is less than equal to 3. That means the value of y lies between minus 3 and 3, because 2x square is always an even number, so 3y square will always be odd number and y should always be an odd number. So y cannot be an even integer and the value of y lies between minus 3 to 3. Now the corresponding values of x for the given value of y may be given as the corresponding values of x are plus minus 4 comma plus minus 2. The only ordered pairs x comma y satisfying the given equations are 4 comma 1, minus 4 comma 1, 4 comma minus 1, or minus 4 comma minus 1, or 2 comma 3, minus 2 comma 3, 2 comma minus 3, or minus 2 comma minus 3. Let us move to our next question, that is question number 16, that is given to us as find all primes p and q such that p square plus 7pq plus q square is the square of an integer. Is the square of an integer. Let us solve the given question. To solve the given question, we have, let us suppose that p square plus 7pq plus q square is a square of an integer a. So we can say that p square plus 7pq plus q square is equal to a square, where a is a positive integer or maybe a natural number. Here we have given that square of an positive integer. We'll add positive here. We have to prove that we have to find all the prime numbers p and q's satisfying the relation that p square plus 7pq plus q square is the square of an positive integer. We are talking about only a positive integer here. So p square plus 7pq plus q square is a square we have supposed, where a we have taken as a natural number. To solve this, we have p plus q whole square, that is p square plus q square plus 2pq plus 5pq is equal to a square. Or from here we can say that a square minus p plus q whole square is equal to 5pq. Okay, we have p square plus 7pq plus q square is equal to 5pq. Now by solving this, we have a square minus p plus q whole square is equal to 5pq, where p and q are prime numbers and a is a natural number. Now by an identity a square minus b square, we have the value of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So we have here a plus p plus q into a minus p minus q is equal to 5pq. If the value of, here we have two factors and here we have three positive numbers, positive natural numbers, 5 into p into q. So both of these a plus p plus q and a minus p minus q are positive numbers, would be positive numbers. So let us suppose that, as we can see that 5 p and q all are prime numbers, so there may be three cases satisfying the given equations that a plus p plus q is equal to 5p and a minus p minus q is equal to q. This is the case first. In case first, we have supposed that a plus p plus q is equal to 5p and a minus p minus q is equal to q. From here we have a plus q is equal to 4p and a minus p is equal to 2q. Here we have a is equal to p plus 2q. By substituting this value of a in this equation, we have p plus 2q plus q is equal to 4p, or 3q is equal to 3p. From here we have p is equal to q. Also, by taking the case second as a plus p plus q is equal to 5q and a minus p minus q is equal to p, we will have the same result, that is p is equal to q. And finally the case third may be given as a plus p plus q is equal to pq and a minus p minus q is equal to 5. From here again we have the value of a is equal to p plus q plus 5. By substituting the value of a in this relation, we have p plus q plus 5 plus p plus q is equal to pq, or 2p plus 2q is equal to pq minus 5, or pq minus 2p minus 2q plus 4 is equal to 5 plus 4. From here we can splitting them in p minus 2 into q minus 2 is equal to 9. The factors of 9 may be given as 1 into 9 or 9 into 1 or 3 into 3. If the value of p minus 2 is equal to 1, then the value of p is equal to 3 and the value of q is equal to 11. So here we have three pairs, that is p is equal to 3, q is equal to 11. Other pair may be given as 11, 3, and the last pair may be given as 5, 5. that is we concluded in the first and second relation. So the final result of P comma Q may be given as P and P comma Q is equal to P comma P, where P is a prime. For all primes this will satisfy union 3 comma 11 and 11 comma 3. That is the solution of the given equation, given question. Next, let us move to our next sum, 17th sum. We have the number of positive integral values of n, positive integral values of n, for which n cube minus 8n square minus 20n plus 13 is a prime number, is we have to find all the values of n for which the given expression is a prime number. To solve the given question, we have a polynomial, a cubic polynomial n cube minus 8n square minus 20n plus 13. Here we can see that x is equal to 1 is a 0 of the given polynomial, or n is equal to 1 is a 0 of the given polynomial. If n is equal to 1 is a 0 of the given polynomial, then by factor theorem we can say that n minus 1 will be a factor of the given polynomial. Okay, as we can see in the given expression, n cube minus 8n square plus 20n minus 13, n is equal to 1 is a 0 of the given polynomial, then by factor theorem we can say that n minus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial or given expression. If n minus 1 is a factor of the given expression, then to find other factors we will divide the given expression by n minus 1. Then we'll have n cube minus n square minus 7n square plus 7n plus 13n minus 13. That would be given by n square minus 7n plus 13 into n minus 1. As we have given that the given expression is a prime number, and we know that a prime number can only have two factors, that is a number itself and other is 1. So one of the given factors will be a 1 and the other one will be a number itself. So first of all, let us suppose that n minus 1 is equal to 1, then n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, then the other factor will be n square minus 7n plus 13 is equal to 2 square minus 7 into 2 plus 13, that is 3. So one value of the given expression can be 3, and for finding the other value, let us suppose that n square minus 7 plus 13 is equal to 1. Then n square minus 7n plus 12 is equal to 0. So the value of n may be 3 or 4. If n equal to 3, then the other factor will be 2, and if n is equal to 4, then the other factor will be 3. If n is equal to 3, then n minus 1 is equal to 2 or 3. So we have three pairs, that is 1 into 3, comma 3 into 2, comma values, that is 1 into 3, 2 into 1 and 3 into 1. So 2 and 3, they are two values of the given expression, 2 and 3. Next is question number 18. Question number 18 is, if a plus b plus c is equal to 0 and none of them is 0, none of abc is 0, then find the value of a raised to power 4 plus b raised to power 4 plus c raised to power 4 upon a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. The numerator of the given expression is a raised to power 4 plus b raised to power 4 plus c raised to power 4. That could be given as a square plus b square plus c square minus 2 a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square whole upon a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. Again, the value of a square plus b square plus c square may be given as a plus b plus c whole square minus 2ab plus bc plus ca minus 2 a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. Now as we have given that the value of a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then by substituting the appropriate values we have 4ab plus bc plus ca whole square minus 2 a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square whole upon a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. Now as we know that the identity x plus y plus z whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx, then we can express the value in the form minus 2 a square b raised to power 4 or a b square c minus 2 a square bc minus 2 a b c square minus 2 a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square and whole upon a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. Finally the value would be given as 2 a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square minus 2abc a plus b plus c whole upon a square b square plus b square c square plus c square a square. Now as a plus b plus c is equal to 0, so the value of the given expression is equal to 2, and that is our answer. The next question number 19 is, if a plus c is equal to 2b, then the value of a upon a minus b plus c upon c minus b is equal to what? To solve the above question, we have, as we have given that a plus c is equal to 2b, from here we can have a minus b is equal to b minus c. So the given expression would be now a upon a minus b minus c upon a minus b, or a minus c upon a minus b. By substituting the value of a in the given expression, we have 2b minus c upon a minus b or b minus c, or 2 of b minus c whole upon b minus c. B minus c and b minus c are cancelled, and the final answer is 2. Next is question number 20. If x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, then find the value of x raised to power 1,999 plus x raised to power 2000. Solution of the given question may be given as, from the given expression we have x square is equal to minus of x plus 1 x raised to power 1,999 plus x raised to power 2000 is equal to x raised to power 1999 into x plus 1. But x into x plus 1 is equal to minus 1. From here x raised to power 199 is equal to minus x raised to power 1997 into x plus 1 from equation 1. Now x raised to power 1,999 plus x raised to power 2000 may be given as minus x raised to power 1997 into x plus 1 whole square from equation 2. So x raised to power 1999 plus x raised to power 2000 is equal to x raised to power 1995 into x plus 1 whole cube. So x raised to power 1999 plus x raised to power 2000 is equal to minus x raised to power 1997 into x plus 1 whole square is equal to x raised to power 1995 into x plus 1 whole cube. Also further we can say that it is equal to minus x raised to power 1993 into x plus 1 raised to power 4 is equal to x raised to power 1991 into x plus 1 raised to power 4 and so on till we get x raised to power 199 plus x raised to power 2000 is equal to x raised to power 999 into x plus 1 raised to power 999, that is equal to x into x plus 1 whole raised to power 999. The value of x into x plus 1 is equal to minus 1, so we can say that the value of given expression would be given as minus 1 raised to power 1999, that is minus 1 raised to power odd, that is equal to minus 1. Now the last question number 21. If 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon c is equal to 1 upon a plus b plus c, then which of the following is not true? Let us see option number 1. 1 upon a raised to power n plus 1 upon b raised to power n plus 1 upon c raised to power n is equal to 1 upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n plus c raised to power n. B option is 1 upon a cube plus 1 upon b cube plus 1 upon c cube is equal to 1 upon a cube plus b cube plus c cube. C option is 1 upon a square plus 1 upon b square plus 1 upon c square is equal to 1 upon a square plus b square plus c square, or the last final option D, none of these. Let us solve the given question. As we have given 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon c is equal to 1 upon a plus b plus c. From here we have the value of 1 upon b plus 1 upon c is equal to 1 upon a plus b plus c minus 1 upon a. From here we have b plus c upon bc is equal to a minus a plus b plus c whole upon a into a plus b plus c. From here we have b plus c upon bc is equal to minus of b plus c upon a into a plus b plus c. By cross multiplication we would have a into a plus b plus c is equal to minus bc, or a square plus ab plus ac plus bc is equal to 0. From here we have a into a plus b plus c into a plus b is equal to 0. From here we have a plus b into a plus c is equal to 0. So we can say that a is equal to either minus b or a is equal to minus c. By substituting both the condition in the given options, we would have, for second option we have 1 upon a cube. First of all, let us have case 1, that is a is equal to minus b. Then we have 1 upon minus b cube plus 1 upon b cube plus 1 upon c cube is equal to 1 upon minus b cube plus b cube plus c cube. This would be satisfied. 1 upon c cube is equal to 1 upon c cube, so this is true. And so the given expression will also true for all the values where 1 upon a raised to power n plus 1 upon b raised to power n plus 1 upon c raised to power n is equal to 1 upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n plus c raised to power n. It will always be true if n belongs to odd natural numbers only. So the only wrong option will be option C, that is there n is a even natural number.